Everything you'll see inside, buildings, structures, and scenery, are all handmade by members of the motorcycle club and their friends. The same friends as the South African traveler. He came to Moscow for the first time to plan the route of the future cross-country motorcycle race, and he joined the pack of Russian wolves. This is the territory of the capital branch of the biker club. There are more than 100 of them in the country. This is a separate world made up of cylinders, tires, and frames, all behind steel gates. This structure participates in performances and in children's fairy tales. It's self-propelled. The African traveler and his wife are impressed. With surprise, they look at the steel scenery on the biker bar in the form of a submarine. And in a few minutes, following the pack leader, they appear inside the biker world.
I think it's better go from here because it's the top.
From Murmansk?
Yes.
And then from there to go down to St. Petersburg?
Yes, because you can see some beautiful place like Ladozhsk Lake.
The members of the club say that here the proverb, man is a wolf to man, does not work. Wolves don't leave their own behind, even if those own come from another continent. Together with Johann Badenhorst, they study the map of Russia and lay out their tourist path. If he doesn't go beyond the asphalt line, the usual road, then an ordinary car will suit him. I'm talking about an escort car, since it will go side by side with him. If he goes to Vladivostok, there's an asphalt road there. Even if he goes to some settlements, he can still go even by ordinary car. Also, it will be quite enough to ride by road traveling bikes. In my opinion, one of the obvious difficulties is language. You can still come across an English speaker in Moscow or major cities, but it will be more difficult deep in the countryside. He wants to see the deep countryside, and he will have this opportunity because there will be a long route there.
А в глубинке это будет тяжелее, учитывая, что он хочет посмотреть, в том числе глубинку.
Therefore, the wolves offer their help to the traveler. Members of the pack will meet Johann in major cities, take him to the main sites, and help with translation difficulties. The traveler plans to spend 3 summer months on the territory of the largest country. Russia will become the second country in a large-scale trip across the BRICS countries. South Africans know very little about the BRICS countries. I think Russians also know little about South Africa. I think that there should be more communication between the Big Five countries. 2 years ago, I was in India. I rode all over the country by my bike and made a series of programs about life in South Asia. I think that, thanks to my videos, our people became more familiar with Indian culture and its traditions, saw everyday life and not just the key sites. And what do we know about Russia? Moscow, St. Petersburg, the Kremlin, that's it. But Russia is much more multifaceted and richer than we think. At least, this was the same in India, says the traveler. After shooting the documentary series, the other unexpected sides of the country were discovered. The Ravanastron, in the hands of this man, gives birth to music. This is a musical instrument, most likely a predecessor of the violin. Johann Badenhorst is not alone in studying the culture of different countries. A whole team rides with him by bike and escort cars. His son has been a constant partner for 15 years. Since the age of 9, he has been traveling around the world with his father. His wife also supports Johann, although she does not often join expeditions, but she does call him every day. He is a journalist to the bone, and what I love about his work is that it changes not only his life, but also our feelings. Since he travels, we travel with him. I have visited many countries around the world. Sometimes I need to join him, because I do administrative work, I organize tours. Johann loves geography, history. These sciences have always been a part of him. Each time, he tries to choose a new country to explore.
Старается выбрать новую страну для исследования и изучения.
It's his passion.
This time, his camera lens is focused on Russia, its rich nature and countryside, so unknown to foreigners. Anastasia Shkitina, Vladimir Bragin, TV Breaks.